Good Monday, makers. Welcome back to another episode of Maker Pipe Monday. My name is Dave. I'm so excited to be back. This week, we're checking out 6 awesomely creative builds, all made out of EMT Conduit. Let's get right into it. First one we have here is by Henry. He made this corner floor lamp, all made out of EMT Conduit. And he took an IKEA light that he hung from that structure. And it came out really cool. This is the IKEA light right here that he made, and then you can see the really simple EMT conduit structure in the corner that he did. And he didn't spend a lot of money on this. He says in total, the light cost him $33. The EMT was $10, $16 for the connectors. So he's into this for $59, all said and done. And this is his design. He's got one 90-degree connector right here in the corner. That's the 90-degree. And then he's got two 45s right here that makes this arm that goes up and hangs that light. Really neat design. I like it a lot. I can't help think of but our LED corner floor lamp that we did a similar sort of structure that shone LEDs into the corner instead of hanging a light. So Henry, awesome job. He says he's going to wrap it with black PVC wrap after to finish up, but I think it looks great and I appreciate you sharing it. Here's another one by Axel. Axel has been working really hard on his skiff that he goes on the lake with, his hoodoo skiff. You can check out his video on his YouTube channel. But he made this neat camera boom so he can put an action cam and take pictures of him fishing and going out on the lake on a skiff. And it's really pretty simple. Because he made this structure out of EMT conduit, he can just use one of our T connectors here to clamp onto that structure. I think that's his grab handle when he stands up. And then he runs one piece of conduit out and then a 1/4-20 mount, and he's got a camera at an adjustable angle that he can kind of position however he wants. Here's the components he used. There's the T connector, piece of conduit, and then he used one of these swivel balls that you can get pretty cheap on Amazon or something like that, and he just mounted it with a 1/4-20 screw right there. And a great way to mount a camera, whether it be on a boat or we use this technique all the time in our YouTube setup and when we're doing filming. So it's definitely an easy thing to do and a great way to mount a camera just for a couple bucks. So thanks, Axel. I appreciate the hack again. Here's one by Susan. We actually have two from Susan. This is her first build, which is a utility trailer tarp. She needed a way to get her utility trailer out of the weather. So she made this simple frame out of EMT conduit and maker pipe and PVC pipe as well. She used PVC for the 45s and then covered it with a tarp, and she had it out of the weather. And she was even able to lift it up because she made the front poles adjustable, which is really cool. She's had these front adjustable connectors that she had from another project, so she was able to raise it and lower it. And then she had sort of a quick disconnect system where she ran a piece of looks like threaded rod through that and then connected into this PVC pipe that the T connectors clamped onto. So what that allowed her to do, I believe, is kind of lift those front legs up and then get in there to work when she needed to work on her trailer. And then she attached it to this other structure she had with ball bungees. So really cool build, definitely fits the need. And then there's some orders from Maker Pipe. I recognize those boxes. Thanks so much for the order, Susan. We appreciate that. And then on the diagonals, which you can see right here, these braces here and here, she used PVC pipe. So you can use 1/2-inch PVC pipe, Schedule 40 PVC pipe with our connectors as well. You just have to shim it a little bit. And she took two pieces, she added 2 wraps of Gorilla Tape around the edge to kind of get it to fit just right in the connectors. Now, I know you can do this without adding the Gorilla Tape. It's a little bit looser of a fitting, but I have seen some people use it. But look at that. That looks like it really worked out well. And she took a hack from another community member that is a really cool assembly tip, which is use tape on the back of the nut to hold in place while you assemble the connectors. Makes things a little bit easier. But Susan, that's an awesome build. Love seeing that. Appreciate the detail that you put into there. And then we've got another one from Susan, and this is for her back steps, and she made a shade awning for her back steps out of EMT conduit. She's got some cool pallet steps that she made, and then she made this tarp awning and attached it to the soffit of her building. So she took the threaded She took the threaded flange hack. Somebody's been paying attention, Susan. I like all the hacks. Used a threaded EMT conduit coupler and put that into there. Secured these short little pieces of EMT, and then built off of that. She's got 3T connectors, and then that is how she mounted the top part of her shade. And then she went down off of that with a couple pipes, a cross pipe here, and then these support poles. And she used a different kind of cast connector there that she had lying around her house, which is really cool. But all that, she got it done, and it looks great. I love seeing it. Thanks so much, Susan, for those photos. Keep them coming. Here's one by Bud. And he made this, first of all, he's got this mini truck. So take a look at this little truck that's 4x4. These things are so cool. And Bud must use this to go to the river and put his boats in because he needed a way to put his 2 kayak, really beautiful kayak, on this mini truck. And that just looks wild, right? But he couldn't go wide, so he had to go up and stack them. And he says, this is inspired by Ton Schaefer's kayak rack, which is so cool. I love to see that inspiration in the community. And he made this simple frame. So if I'm looking at this right, and Bud, please let me know if I'm taking a look at this. It's kind of like something that just sits down onto the mini truck. And you've got a brace in the back, and then something that sits on pool noodles in the front and gets strapped down. And then kind of made this goalpost kind of structure. With an H there, another H up there for the second kayak. And then up front, they have a goalpost with a brace, and then they're kind of all strapped down. I think that's how he accomplished the structure. Not too many connectors, and made a good use of both the silver and black. I love it. Looks cool. And then you can see there's a good picture of it just sitting on the roof with a pool noodle and then everything strapped down like that. And this is a neat thing too. It looks like took this pool noodle, put some PVC pipe through it, and then the tie down strap, the ratchet strap, and use that to kind of get a good handle on it. That's a neat hack. I like that. And happy to report that the mini truck did a great job. The rack got it there, and he was able to see an alligator that day when he launched his boats for the first time. That's pretty neat. So, Bud, thanks for posting that. Love seeing it. Glad you're getting your boats in the water. Cool mini truck. Here's a review by Tom K. Thanks so much for the review, Tom K. We truly appreciate those reviews. And he says, I've been wanting to try MakerPipe for a while. I built my very old simple stand with 90s and T's in a tub for composting worms. And nothing too special. I think it's really cool. He's really happy with MakerPipe and having a few new builds coming up. Thanks for the great product. Thanks, Tom, for the business and trying it out. I'm glad you find it useful. Here's his worm composting setup, which is really neat. You got this bin here, and he just made a simple stand to get it the right height. And a great hack that Tom's sharing is he mounted these 3/4 inch EMT pipes into wood. Here and then down here maybe, or that could be resting. But he says that if he drills the hole to 1 inch, because the EMT conduit is a little bit smaller, but uses the caps plus the EMT conduit fit perfectly in a 1 inch drilled hole, and he didn't get any side to side wiggle right there. So appreciate that tip, Tom, and we appreciate the review. Thanks so much. I'm glad it's working out for you. If you like seeing these builds, if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. We do this every week, and we'd love to have you. We share creative uses for ordinary materials, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.